Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, we are from group 4. We'll present about process scheduling in system operation. Okay, let's try the topic. Next. Okay, before that, let me introduce ourselves. My name is Muhammad Ajis Muslim. And my friend.
My name is Muhammad Al-Fatih.
My name is Zafarna Sabita.
Okay, next. Okay, the first one is definition of process scheduling. Process scheduling is basically how the operating system manage processes that want to use the CPU. It decides which process runs first, how long it runs, and when the next one will start. The purpose is to make sure the CPU works efficiently and that every process gets a fair turn to run. Okay, next. Secondly, types of scheduling based on time frame. The first is long-term scheduling, second is medium-term scheduling, and the last short-term scheduling. The image explains how an operating system schedule process based on time frame. New program first enter the batch queue, where the long-term scheduler decides which processes can enter memory. And then processes that are ready to run are placed in the ready queue. The short-term scheduler then select one process to be executed by the CPU. If a process needs input or output or must wait, it moves to the block queue. The medium-term scheduler can temporarily suspend processes and move them to this when system resources are limited. This process helps the system use the efficiently, fairly, and keep the system stable. Okay, for the example, when you open Microsoft Word and Spotify, both applications become processes in the operating system. They are placed in the ready queue because both need CPU time. The CPU cannot run both at the same time, so the operating system use process scheduling to share the CPU. For example, using round robin, the CPU gives a small time slice to Word, then switch to Spotify, and keep repeating this very fast. If Word is waiting to save or Spotify is loading, so that process become blocked and the CPU run another process. Because of scheduling, you can type in Word while listening to music on Spotify smoothly. Okay, next.
Next is quest in scheduling. Process can move between these queues depending on their current status. There is job queue. This queue has all the process in the system. It's like the waiting list. Every new process goes here first before it can be run. Second, there is ready queue. This one has processes that are ready to use the CPU. They are just waiting for their turn. The CPU scheduler pick one from here to run next. Third is device queue. This queue has process waiting for input or output device, like a printer or disk. When they finish using the device, they go back to the ready queue. How it works, process can move between this queue from job queue to the ready queue, then to the CPU, maybe to the device queue, and back again depending on what they are doing. So next, scheduling strategy. Scheduling strategy are divided into two main categories. First is non-preemptive scheduling and second preemptive scheduling. First, non-preemptive scheduling. This means when one process gets the CPU, it keeps it until it's finished. No other process can take the CPU before it's done. It's simple, but if one process is slow, the other have to wait. The example is like when someone is using a laptop, no one else can use it until that person finish. So the second is preemptive scheduling. This means a process can be stopped in the middle if another process needs the CPU more. The first process will wait for its next turn. This way, the computer can respond faster. The example is like when someone is using the laptop but the teacher suddenly needs it. So the person has to stop and let the teacher use it first. Next.
Next is scheduling algorithms. The first one we have FCFS or FIFO, first come first serve. Non-preemptive, the process that arrives first is executed first. The second one is priority scheduling based on the priority level of each process. The third one is multi-level queue or multiple feedback queue. Processes are grouped into several queues with different priority levels. Next slide. Next slide. Pin. Enggak, sebelum. Cuma 3 sih ini dibahas. The fourth one is SJF or SDN, shortest job first or next. Non-preemptive, the process with the shortest execution time is executed first. SRTF or shortest remaining time first, the preemptive version of SJF. And the last one is round robin, RR. Preemptive, each process is given a fixed time slice, quantum in turn. Next slide. Okay, we have 3 type of scheduler that I will explain. The first one is come further. We have process data, process P1, P2, and P3, burst time 24, 3, and 3. All processes arrive at time 0 and are executed in the order P1 through P2 and ended at P3 or process 3. The Gantt chart we have 0, 24, 27, and 30. 0 through 24, it's process 1. 24 through 27 is process 2. And 27 to 30 is process 3. Waiting time calculation with formula waiting time equal start time minus arrival time. P1 equal 0 minus 0 equal 0 ms. P2 equal 24 minus 0 equal 24 ms. Process 3 equal 27 minus 0 equal 27 ms. Average waiting time, it's start time, waiting time equal start time minus arrival time. We have 0 plus 24 plus 27 divided by 3 equal 17 ms. In the first come first serve algorithm, processes are executed based on their arrival order. Process P1 run first, followed by P2, and P3. The average waiting time obtained is 17 milliseconds. The second one is round robin. We have time quantum equal to ms. Process data, we have P1, P2, P3, and P4 and P5. Arrival time 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and burst time 5, 3, 1, 2, 3. In the Gantt chart, we have 0, 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11, 12, and 14. P1 to 0 to 2, it's P1 to from 2 to 4 is P2. From 4 to 5 is P3. And from 9 through 11 is P1. From 11 to 12 is P4 and P5. And through 12 and from 12 through 14 it's P2, P1, and P5. Completion time P1 equal 13, P2 equal 12, P2 equal 12, P3 equal 5, P4 equal 9, P5 equal 14. Turnaround time. Formula turnaround time equal completion time minus arrival time. P1 equal 13 minus 0 equal 13. P2 equal 12 minus 1 equal 11. P3 equal 5 minus 3 minus 2 equal 3. P4 equal 9 minus 3 equal 6. P5 equal 14 minus 4 equal 10. Waiting time formula. Waiting times equal turnaround time minus burst time. Next slide. Next slide. Udah ganti belum? Belum ya? Tinggal summary sama SDF ya. Oke, berarti tinggal SDF. SDF or shortest job first, non-preemptive or non-preemptive SJN. And new process data. Process, we have 4 process, P1, P2, P3, and P4 with burst time P1 6, P2 8, P3 7, and P4 3. Execution order shortest burst time first. It means P4 through P1 through P3 and ended at P2. Gantt chart, we have 0, 3, 9, 16, and 24. From 0 through 3, it's P4. From 3 to 9, it's P1. And from 9 to 12 is P3. And from 9 to 16, it's P3. 16 to 24, it's P2. Waiting time calculation. Formula waiting time equal start time minus arrival time. P4 equal 0 ms, P3 equal 3 ms, P3 equal 9 ms, P1 equal 3 ms, P2 equal 16 ms. Average waiting time 0 plus 3 plus 9 plus 16 divided by 4 equal 7 ms. The shortest job first algorithm selects the process with the shortest burst time. This algorithm produces a smaller average waiting time compared to FCFS. Oke, udah.
Udah, Tih.
Ya.
Okay, maybe this presentation from us. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.